My name is Maria Umer, and I am from Sydney, New South Wales. And today I'm going to talk about my story and how did decision making and different life choices impacted my life. I was born with congenital cataracts, and my parents didn't know about it. So they found out when I was 3 months old, and I was taken to different specialists, eye specialists, to have a look and examine. And one said she's got this, the other said that she's got that. Anyways, they came to a conclusion, and I was taken in for a surgery, which ended up in a disaster. So I was operated on both of my eyes together, and my right eye optic nerve got damaged with a certain kind of a disease, and my left eye vision was really bad as well. So I completely lost my right eye vision when I was 3 months old. I didn't know about it. I moved on as a regular baby who played and who did things and who wanted to catch a ball. But there were many hurdles in my childhood when I was a young one, like 2, 3, 4 year old, always wearing like spectacles with a chain in my neck. So I stood out since the beginning. I stood out as a child. My parents never let me stand out like a person who's got a disability. They always supported me. They always treated me like my other siblings. I've got 3 other siblings. There was no difference between me and them. If they were going out to play, I was going out to play. But the only problem was if they were playing with a ball, I couldn't do that because I couldn't even see the ball. My parents ultimately figured it out that, it's going to get difficult for her as she grows up. So they opted different other options for me, like swimming. Swimming was the only sport that I know. When I went to school, they chose like bigger, larger prints for me so that I can read a little bit with my left eye. I had an extra light on my study table in the classroom as well. That was another thing. I stood out from the rest of the class. So I had to face a lot of questions from everyone, and it was just a bit difficult. When I was in my grade 7, I went to my eye specialist for a regular checkup, and I found out that I'm completely blind from my right eye, which I never knew. I didn't know. I thought the way I see the world, that's how it is. And that was the most devastating day for me up until today. I didn't know. It was a surprise for me, completely. A complete surprise that my right eye is blind and nobody can do anything about it. And my left eye has very, very low vision, which is like, and nobody can stop it from deteriorating as well. So sooner or later, I'm going to go completely blind and I won't be able to see what I'm seeing right now. Small shadows, little shadows, but still, I was able to see light and objects and things. Now, 7-year-old who is like a grade 7 student who is 12 years old, 11 years old, was I had my dreams, and on that day, my dreams shattered, and I was locked up I locked myself in my room for several days, and I thought to myself, and I cried, and I complained and I whinged and I tried to be positive and tried to do and think a lot in those couple of days, trying to figure out where am I heading, like what's going on with my life. And ultimately I figured it out that no, Maria, it's okay. It's fine. Things happen. Like I have to accept it and move on. But my mind was just, no, I have to do something about it. I have to do something about it. So I thought to myself and I said, I'm going to set up just like any other kid, just like any other student, just like any other girl who's in her teenage years. I'm gonna have objective in my life as well, and I'm gonna achieve those goals, and I'm gonna achieve those objectives. I went up to my parents and I cried my heart out and I said, I don't know what happened when I was a young baby, but I'm not gonna let anything happen to me again uh, for the rest of my years, like for as long as I live. Anyways, so I did my studies. My parents supported me a lot in that. They gave me every aid to complete my education. I did my O levels. Um, I was suggested to take up computer sciences as it was an easier way to read and write and understand things because of the computer screens, and I had larger fonts, and it can speak out to me as well. So ultimately I finished my bachelor's in computer sciences in system analysis and logic design. I worked a couple of years um, for different multinationals as a system analyst and a business analyst, and achieved a lot of goals. And that was a very big booster for my own um, self ego. I went to different parts of the world to find out if I had a treatment for my eyes. I went to Europe, went to Russia, went to America, but everywhere I went, I was just given a no. That it's not possible. It's not possible, Maria. At the moment, it's not possible. So, anyways, disappointed again. After every couple of years, I used to get a disappointing answer from one way or the other. But anyways, I moved on. I continued my sports, which was swimming. I continued my studies, completed my bachelor's, and then I went into the corporate world, and I started working with telecommunications in Australia. Then after a couple of years, I realized that my sight is deteriorating, and there was too much burden on my only eye. So that was the time when I had it was like another earthquake in my life, a second phase of disaster in my life. I was devastated. My best friend, who is my husband now, was my life partner, who is my husband now, supported me a lot during that time. And he showed me how I can be positive about my disability and be an inspiration for others. I got married to him. We got married in 2015, and 2017, I had my little baby boy, who is 3.5 years old now. His name is Mikhail. Beautiful boy, very understanding, loves to see mom helping him with different things. And I just carried on like a normal person, like a person who has a small house, who has a loving husband, has a child who loves her unconditionally, and day and night passes by and my life goes on. Every day is a new challenge, is a new learning day for me. There has been times when my little boy asks me to do things and I'm just speechless and I don't know how to say no to him. Just recently he started asking me to read him storybooks, which I'm not able to. So that breaks my heart. Just a couple of days back, he was like, I'm going to have a house and I'm going to have a car and mommy's going to drive it. And listening to all of his words and conversation and his thoughts, it makes me question myself sometimes, that whether I'm going to be a good mother, I'm going to be somebody that he can look up to someday. And when the right time comes, how am I going to tell him and explain it to him what's wrong with me seeing the world? How can I make him see that how does the world look from my eyes? It's a difficult part, very, very difficult. There are times when he wants me to play with a ball with him, that I can't do it. I don't know the way in which direction the ball is going. So the things that I can't do for him, I can't cut my little boy's nails. I can't do small little things with him. My vision at the moment is so weak that I can't prepare food for him. I can feel him. I can feel um, where his nose is, where his little eyes are, where his face is, but I can't really. It's like a shadow for me. So don't know till when it's gonna last. But he gives me hope every day. Every day I listen to him and it gives me a motivation to live and to be a better person and be an inspiration for him. And I would like to say one more thing, that the positiveness that I have in me right now, it's because of the education. So it's a blessing that what my parents chose for me, and they chose to continue my education and give me as much opportunity as any other kid to complete my studies. That was a blessing for me, and I'm thankful to them for giving me that opportunity and making things easier for me or accessible for me, I would say. So education is very, very important, whether you have a disability or not. Today, I know what my rights are and what my obligations are because I'm an educated person. I know how to go about my resources. How I can use my resources to get assistance for myself in any any aspect of life, whether there's medical help, that's physical help, that's um, assistance with my mental capabilities. That's education. Education has given me reasoning. Education has given me hope, and education has given me um, light at the end of the tunnel, I would say. So that's very important. Here I am, a woman with a disability and who is trying to do the best. in my life, and be an example and an advocate for people who have disability, and be their words, and I can talk to talk on behalf of them and fight for their rights and fight for what they deserve.